Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome back. It's good to be with you again. Thanks for coming. Got a question for you. How you doing on the hope meter right about now? How hopeful are you feeling about what's going on in your life, in the world, different parts of our lives, different parts of our worlds? Feeling kind of hopeful, or has that hope evaporated? I think it's probably fair to say that for all of us, there are times, any given moment in our lives, when we're feeling hopeful about some things and not as hopeful about others. Or maybe the big picture is looking kind of grim and glum at the moment, and we're wondering how we get through it and how we hold on to hope. Hope is one of the most important things in our lives, in our faith. It is sort of the building block upon which everything else comes. That's what our faith reminds us. Hope is one of the most essential things that we have. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What is hope exactly? How do we hold on to it when things seem to be falling apart, when it seems like there is no reason to hope? And what is the purpose of hope anyway? So welcome to our important discussion of hope. Welcome to people of all faiths and all backgrounds, to people of all racial and ethnic origins, to people of all sexual orientations, genders, and identities, to families of every shape and configuration. All God's children are welcomed here and celebrated and blessed. And welcome to people who have been hurt by religion, misused. Your pain is valid and recognized. You deserve better, but you also deserve healing. And we offer you some here. And welcome to people with questions and doubts. An open heart and an open mind are the doorway to any faith that is real and alive and growing. Without them, our religion calcifies and dies. And as always, our gathering is about God's great enduring love for each of us and all of us, whoever we are and wherever we are on our journey. Maybe you've heard the expression, to hope against hope. It's an expression that goes all the way back to biblical terms and biblical times. And what it means basically is hoping in moments and circumstances where it seems foolish to hope, when it would seem that there is no reason to be hopeful at all. What it means is holding space for possibilities even when circumstances would seem to make those possibilities impossible. And we've all been there, right? Life is a series of those moments when it seems like no matter what you do or no matter how hard you try, you can't get the good things you're trying to bring into your life, into the world, can't seem to get ahead. We hope for something good to happen, but it seems to be so far away. We hope for some more peace, but conflict goes on. We hope for some more reconciliation in our world. We hope our society could stop fighting over everything and just kind of settle down and realize that we're all in this together, and yet there are people stoking the fear and the enmity over and over. And in those moments, it's very tempting to give up on hope and say, it's just not worth the fight. It's not worth the struggle. But the fact is, we can't do that. Our faith doesn't allow us to do it. In fact, our faith compels us to be people of hope. Without hope, our lives become very small and ineffective. Without hope, they lose their purpose and their meaning. Without hope, our future, our lives become bleak. Without hope, we give up the enormous power that we have to make changes in our world, in our communities, and in our lives. It's hope that's sort of the key that unlocks the door. It's hope that pushes the door open. It's hope that gives us the courage to walk into something new, even when we don't know what we're walking into. Hope is the energy, the oxygen, whatever you want to call it, that makes all of this possible. It's what energizes us and gives us life. I love how Paul puts it in that beautiful passage where he talks about love is patient, love is kind, love is not self-seeking, and on and on. And then he concludes it with this very profound and powerful statement. He says, in the end, in the final summary of everything, there are three things that outlast and endure everything. faith, hope, and love. And they're all interconnected. You need all three. Hope is a vital part of the equation of our faith and of our lives. Now, we need to understand, I think, that hope doesn't mean getting things exactly as we wished or exactly as we envision or exactly as we hope. Because the truth is that rarely happens, right? We know that from our experience. Back in June for our Juneteenth celebration, we talked about having the dream for a better world. And dreams do come true. The arc does bend, but rarely on our personal timeline, or rarely in the way we imagine they would, or rarely in the way that we prefer that they would. But it does bend, and hope does bring something about. And hope means basically staying true to the work, knowing and trusting that that will be the outcome. In some ways we never imagine, in ways that will happen beyond us and beyond our lifetimes. Hope is always not just present looking, but future looking as well. Hope is about determination. Hope is about refusing to give up. Hope is about refusing to go away. Hope is about refusing to listen to the people who say this is all hopeless. Hope is about refusing to give in to the people who say it is hopeless to resist and try for something better. Hope is about seeing the big picture. Hope is about trusting that God is with us in all that we do in this work that we're about. Hope is about being committed to going where our faith leads us. Our scriptures have all these stories about people who in their own very, very challenging times held on to hope and helped their people make it through and made the world better yet again. And those stories are there so that we can read them and absorb them and do the same so that our hope can be built up again. We're reminded from our scriptures that we are held in hope. We are prisoners or captives of hope. We are compelled to live lives grounded in hope. As you know, Nexus did this series of interfaith videos about hope, compassion, unity, and justice. We got money from the World Religion Foundation. And they're done, and we're going to start promoting them publicly in the fall. But the very first one that we did is about hope. And we have 5 faith leaders talking beautifully about what this means. And I want to share it with you today, kind of a preview. I will have the link in the first comment in the comments beneath the video. And I would invite us to spend some time, it's only 4.5 minutes, watching it maybe a couple times and thinking about what these faith leaders say so beautifully and so powerfully about how hope is such an important part of who we are and how we live it together. So I invite us to watch it, to spend some time this week thinking about it, and to let it revive our hope and remind us of the importance of being people of hope. Amen. My friends, it is so good to be with you always. Being together brings me hope. It reminds me that there are so many people in our world who are working tirelessly, hopefully, to make it better, earth as in heaven, love and justice. And it is by sitting and talking to people and being with all of you that I am reminded that we are indeed called to be people of hope. So let us go and be that. Remember, you are God's beloved child, just as you are, always have been, always will be. Remember also that you are a person anointed with and marked with hope. Hope in what is true, hope in what is real, hope in the power that love does always make a difference. Let us this week go into the world together and be people of hope. And watch the video, please. Peace, grace, and love to each of you. Take care.